Had some rough nights lately, but I'm feeling light. Sun on my face, wind in my hair, color so bright. Tryna smile instead of quick to battle on sight. Loving it now, choosing what's really worth the fight. Lust for the clouds, mountains, and the rain. Understanding through my dreams that there's a path to heal pain. Getting lit to stay lit, it just don't hit the same. Got so sick and tired of playing the game, yeah. Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down, no. Gotta stay in the now. Something about my style. Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down, no. Gotta stay in the now. Yeah. Finally finding peace. Shatter illusions, movement sets me free. Finally I can breathe. Surrender myself and now like taste so sweet. Yeah. Hoping I keep moving in the right direction. Gotta take the yin with the yang, it's all a testing. Open to the notion that everything is a lesson, and that we're always being sent another message. Traveling all terrain to gain perspective. Switch the view that said it's true that I'm defective. Been to hell and back, but I continue to stay reflective and give the wisdom all right back to the collective. Let's go. Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down, no. Gotta stay in the now. Nights lately, but I'm feeling light. Sun on my face, wind in my hair, color so bright. Tryna smile instead of quick to battle on sight. Loving it now, choosing what's really worth the fight. Lust for the clouds, mountains, and the rain. Understanding through my dreams that there's a path to heal pain. Getting lit to stay lit, it just don't hit the same. Got so sick and tired of playing the game, yeah. Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down, no. Gotta stay in the now. Something about my style. Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down, no. Gotta stay in the now. Yeah. Finally finding peace. Shatter illusions, movement sets me free. Myself and now like taste so sweet. Yeah. Hoping I keep moving in the right direction. Gotta take the yin with the yang, it's all a testing. Open to the notion that everything is a lesson, and that we're always being sent another message. Traveling all terrain to gain perspective. Switch the view that said it's true that I'm defective. Been to hell and back, but I continue to stay reflective and give the wisdom all right back to the collective. Let's go.
Good evening, warriors. Good evening, community. How are you ladies doing tonight? I'm not sure. I'm doing something a little bit different tonight, so I'm not sure if you're on here make sure that you greet everybody, put your name in there and say hello, 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 hello. I got another special guest on tonight, and it is going to be good. I'm telling you, ladies, it is going to be good. I'm going to switch my screen. Y'all better pray for me while I try to switch this screen. Let me see. Okay. I think I'm gonna do it that way. All right, all right, all right. So, hello there, ladies. How are you all doing? Y'all know we are warriors because when we fight, we win. You guys know that, know that, know that. And hello, Monica. Hello, Harriet. Yes, yes, that's right, warriors. Our scripture, Psalm, what is that? My thing is covering me up. I can't see it. It's I praise you, Lord. You are my mighty rock, and you teach me how to fight my battles. Because we got to fight the enemy because he's always trying to take us out. He's always trying to do something, right? And let's see. I got to go through these like really quick, okay? Because we got some good stuff tonight we're going to talk about. Okay, 2025 is our year of discovering, finding you and what you were created and purposed to do by God. That's our year of discovery. We're getting in there. We're digging in it. We're digging it all out, digging in the dirt, digging out the good stuff, digging out the bad stuff, right? So that we can be everything that God has called us to be. And what is discovery? The act or process of seeing, finding, or gaining knowledge of something previously unknown. And Proverbs 25:2. It's God's privilege to conceal things and the king's privilege to discover them. I'm not going to go over all those. If you want to know more explanation about what I just went through, go back and watch some of the other podcasts, and you will see where I've explained more about, talked in more depth about what I just went through. Okay. And also, if you're on Facebook, make sure you like the page, follow the page, share the stream. If you are on YouTube, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Guys, we're growing our community. I'm getting more subscribers, but I need your help too, because y'all got to help spread the word, tell some people. We got a good community here, guys. Okay. Hey, Timberland. Hey, Yolanda. Hope you're feeling better. Hey, Sharika. Hey, Auntie Helen. Yes, guys. Yes. Okay. So, yeah, I told you to subscribe, didn't I? Make sure y'all subscribe. Tell somebody about what we got here. Okay. Now, guys, let me see here. I got to get back to my right screen. Let me see. I don't know if y'all can see that chat because see, I'm doing something different here, right? So I can see the chats. I don't know if they're on the screen. So somebody tell me if the chats are on the screen because it doesn't look like it. Wait a minute. I know what to do. Hold on. There you guys are. Woo-hoo. Oh, look. And y'all can see my shirt. Protecting my peace. And then y'all got to give it up for me because Saturday, I completed the second leg of the Triple Crown races. So 2 weeks ago was the 5K, and then yesterday was the 10K, and I did pretty good on that. My time, I did like 11-minute miles, which is not too bad for a 61-year-old woman. And there were, I think it was like 3,600 people that ran in that race. And in my age group from 60 to 64, I believe there was 55 people, and I came in 14th. So that's not too bad, right? Not too bad. Not too bad. And then even with the total number, I still came in the top half, right? So I'm excited about that too. So it was like, again, I think it was like 3,600 people, and I think I came in like 1,200 or something like that. So still not too bad. I still came in that top half. So yeah, not too shabby. Yeah, I like this sweatshirt. It's by a Black lady, Sierra Lynn. I think that's her. And she has like really cool stuff. It's Sierra with the Cierra, Lynn, Lynn. Okay, so ladies, I'm going to show you this video. Okay. And this is what we're going to talk about tonight. Okay. And I do have a special guest, but first, I'm going to show you this video that I came across. And I always say that's why I need to stay off of Twitter, but I just can't help it. It's be so much stuff on there. So anyway, hey, Sandra, Deaconess Easy, how are you doing tonight? It was good to see the grandkids today. Okay. So I'm going to show you this video, and then this is what we are going to talk about, me and my special guest. And then, guys, I need your absolute opinion on this. So I want you to put some your comments in there, all that, and then y'all were supposed to watch that movie, right? It ends with us. How many of y'all watched that movie? Put it in there. I know I can't it's not X, it's Twitter. And so did any of y'all watch the movie It Ends With Us? Let me know if you watched it. Put it in. And if you didn't watch it, I'm gonna give you another week to watch it. But once I saw this video, I was like, oh my God, I gotta talk about this. Okay. So y'all be patient as I try to get this. Hey Karen, how are you all? How are you tonight? Okay, so here I go. Let me see here.
Maybe your standards are just too high. I'm a 30-year-old single black female prioritizing gut health and protein intake. I can squat 250. I've written 2 books and speak 3 different languages. In the last 6 months alone, I've created 4 different applications and 2 different programs across the iOS platform. Not to mention, I started diversifying my financial portfolio at 23.
They don't care. They don't care. The only love language a man cares about is his love language and whether you are fluent in it or not. The only program he cares about is whatever program is making your ass tight, fit, and plump. Girl, the only time they care about you squatting is if you're squatting in the bedroom. Don't pretend like you don't know what I mean. The only books my man cares if I read are parenting books to make sure I'm not effing up his children. They don't care about your financial portfolio, honey. They care about your Instagram portfolio and how many pictures make you look like a hoe. Listen, I think you're a boss, babe. For real, I want to be you. But as cool as that is to me and other females, that's not what's gonna find you a man. Not one that's gonna want to keep you, at least. Because unfortunately, I know too many 40-year-old women that are childless, single, and also speak 3 languages and have written books who have no man. But you'd make a great escort. I'm thinking political events, I'm thinking the Capitol, or a spy.
I'm sorry. Can y'all hear me now? I know you can. I'm sorry. I turned my mic off accidentally. Okay, so I just turned it back on. Okay, so the video was about a lady who was, talking about, her education. Can y'all hear me now? Okay, you can hear me now. Okay. All right, thank you. So the video was about, okay, one lady who was talking about, all of her, basically her, I guess, her credentials, her education. Okay, can you hear me or not? Because somebody's saying they can't hear me. Can you hear me? So nobody respond. Let me see. Phyllis, can you hear me? Okay. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Desiree. I'm like, y'all, some people are saying yes, some people are saying no. I need to, okay. All right. So let me get back. So here's the deal. The one lady was talking about her credentials and her education and all the things that she has. Okay. But then the other lady came right behind her and was saying that a man doesn't care about any of those things. That all he cares about is, all the things that she said. So I just kind of want to talk about that because this is, again, this is still our year of discovery. And this is still a part, this is Women's History Month. And so, as we're talking about women, because I do believe that we as women, a lot of times, are very, very hard on each other. And so I just want to talk about your thoughts. Hey, Lucretia, how you doing? I should bring you on. You still got the link. I know you do. Okay, so I'm gonna bring my friend. She's my cousin, but she's more like my friend, best friend. And even though I'm 6 years older than her, I'm like a big sister, I suppose. And we're like freaking frack, right? So I'm gonna bring her on. Phyllis. Hey, girl.
Hey. Hey, girl.
Okay.
Hey.
I know. So I was like, okay, so when I saw that video, again, I was going to be talking about other stuff, but I saw the video and I said, dang it, I need to talk about this. And I need to talk about this with Phyllis. So I'm glad you're good. Glad you're good, Lucretia. Okay. So as I was saying, I think sometimes we as women are much, much harder on each other. So having watched the video, Phyllis, what do you think about that? I know, so many thoughts.
I know, like all the things. It was just unbelievable. But at the same time, I like to play devil's advocate. What do you do? Do you want to be married? Do you want kids? Are all the men saying you expect too much, or what do you do? Do you shrink yourself?
Right, because okay, well, here's my initial thought. And I don't even want, and I hope you guys, this is not a black and a white thing, because I think another black woman could have come behind her and said the exact same thing.
Right.
Right. Because when you have these, what they call pick me women that are like, they're the ones like, I stay at home, and there's nothing wrong with being a stay-at-home mom. Okay. Please know, I'm not saying that anything is wrong with that, but you have a certain group of women that it's like what they call them pick me's, where like I stay at home, I all the food that we eat, I grow it in the garden, and I milk the cows, and I, make the bread from scratch, and I'm every woman. I'm like that at home though. And so then they have some of them, I won't say all of them, it's like they have a disdain for the woman who works. But having said that, so this is not necessarily I don't want to think it's a black and a white thing, because it's not. But then you also, my first thought was, you had the guy Kevin Samuels, who's he died, but he was that main guy that built a humongous platform on YouTube, basically talking to primarily black women, and was saying how you had to be what he called a high value woman, that a man did not want a woman who was not high value, that you had to, you have the degree, and you got to make sure that your body is banging, and you got to do all of that, be way up here, you got to make some money, you got to, all this stuff, or else no man who's of high value would want you. So it's almost like, kind of like what we were talking a little bit about before, was that it's almost like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Right.
So it's like you get the degree, you get the education, you get the job, but then it's still not the right thing, because then you have somebody coming behind you saying, well, a man don't want that. He don't care. All he cares about is just what you do in the bedroom. And if you squatting for him and making sure you're not messing over his kids, and, with her apron on and her hair all over the place.
Right. I was gonna say, you
Right?
see, she had on the apron and
Oh.
the baby on her hip. So is that
So yeah, so it's almost like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. But where do we draw the line with women and saying that it's okay to be
who you are?
however you are? You know what I'm saying? And there are some, but then you have a lot of men out here that say, well, I don't want a woman that just going to be at home. I want a woman that's going to be out in the workforce and contribute to the home and all that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Guys, I want to know what you think that are watching. You tell me what you think about the video. I want to know. I really do. I want to know your thoughts that as women, that we often find ourselves in a pickle, that it's like no matter what we do, it is like it's never enough a lot of times. And I'm going to read you this poem that I came across that someone had attributed. Now, I know she didn't write this poem, but when they were talking about, and y'all know y'all gonna be like, she's talking about her again. But yes, because she's in the news all the time. Megan Sussex, right? She's not Meghan Markle. She's Megan Sussex. And she's a prime example of, and I'm just using her as an example, that she's a prime example that, she was degreed, highly educated, speak, several languages fluently, very accomplished in her career, and actress and philanthropist and feminist and all this other stuff. But then she's up there. So I think sometimes people, when you're up on a certain level, that they want to bring you down a peg or two. That it's like, you too high. You're doing too good. You're doing too much. I mean, Lord have mercy. The lady just had a TV show that's on Netflix. And you would have thought God came back and, I don't know, the think pieces that's on about her show, and it's just crazy.
But to them, to the royal family, she wasn't enough. But then to us, not me, some people, well, who she thinks she is?
Right. No, you know what?
Over there with him.
Right. No, I think that she was too much for them.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I think she was too much, because they're used to people who aren't doing a whole lot. All you do is you just go and you cut ribbons.
Like Kate
and
Middleton.
You walk down the thing on the street and you shake the hands, and that's all you do. But she came in like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna do this cookbook with these people who lost their apartments in a fire, so we're gonna make this cookbook, raise some money for y'all, and I'm doing this thing with Vanity Fair, and I'm speaking here, and I'm doing this, and I'm speaking Spanish to these people over here. And I just think it was too much for them, and they just
wanted her to be meek. They wanted her to be meek, like Kate.
Right.
Sit down. What was the basketball players? Shut up and dribble.
I know.
Right? Exactly. I mean,
Exactly. So, but yeah, y'all put it in the comment. Y'all not let me know how y'all feel about this, unless I'm missing something. Yes, I need to know how you guys. What do you all think about the video? What are your thoughts? And you don't have to agree with me, and you don't have to agree with Phyllis. Whatever your thoughts are, honestly, there are no necessarily right or wrong thoughts. My just thought was that as women, that we are so hard on each other, and that we don't give each other a break. And when are we as women going to start to give each other a break? And okay. Well, it was a video, Lucretia, it was a Black lady that she was talking about all of her accomplishments and her schooling and things that she did with her portfolio when she was 23, and the financial. and how she had did all these programs and just all these things that she had done. Very, very attractive African-American woman. But then you had a Caucasian lady that came right behind her video and was saying men don't care about that. They don't care about your degrees. All they care about is, because she was saying how many squats she could do. And so the lady that came behind her was like, man don't care about how many squats you can do, but how you
Unless it's in
squatting
the
in the bed.
bedroom. Yeah.
And, and if you feed taking care of his kids and I guess sexing him up all he wants, and that's all he cares about. Now, granted, I do feel like I saw a piece. There's a pastor I think he's in Cleveland, Ohio. I cannot think of his name. And he has a very large church in Cleveland. And I guess it was some sort of marriage conference that they had. So he was naming off like all this stuff, like if you want to make your wife happy, all this stuff that you need to do, send her roses and write her love letters and take her shopping and hold her hand. And, it was just like this long list that he just went through of how to make your wife happy. So he was like, okay, to make your husband happy, this is all you need to do. Give him some chicken wings, show up naked, and don't get in front of the TV. So, and he was dapping all the other men that was on stage.
Oh, wow.
And so, but I'm sure if there was some men on here, they'd probably be like, yeah, that's right. Just give me some food, show up naked, and don't get in front of the TV so I can watch the game.
But I like, and I was going to say this, what Timon said, at the end of the day, if a woman loves her man, she ain't going to be happy. And that's the truth. But how many women aren't happy, but they got a baby?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I don't. I mean, of course, yes. At the end of the day, you got to be yourself. You did all this stuff, and I ain't shrinking for no man. Even if I got to go to fertility clinic.
Well, and then like when she said, she knows a lot of women who are 40 and childless, and who was Rita Reed? Who is that?
I was gonna say that.
I'm at a point, it's just me and God against the world. I love it. Yeah. I don't know. Who's Rita Reed? Put your name in there so I can know who you are. I don't know who you are. I love it. And thank you for commenting.
I'm not, I'll even take me for an example. When I got a divorce, all I wanted to do was be married again, because that's what I was supposed to do. That's what I was taught. You get married and you have kids, and that's how you fulfill your life. And when I did get divorced, that's what I still wanted. I'm supposed to have a husband.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to school. I'm old, but I'm going to school, and I'm going to do what I always wanted to do. If I ain't got no man, I ain't got no man.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to fulfill those things that I've always wanted to do, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Right. I love, it's Anne Marita, girl. Okay. All right, girl.
Rita Ari.
Huh?
Rita Ari.
Rita Ari. What? Am I a goober? The way I'm reading that? We're both goobers. Okay. But okay, so here's the other thing though. Is unfortunately our society tells us, like you said, if you're a woman, if you're unmarried and you don't have children, especially if you don't have children, I think they're both neck and neck, not married and don't have children. So if you don't have both of them, then it's like, okay, you really don't have any value at all, because all the weight is on that woman that's married and has children. And so again, I think going back to us as women, that sometimes because of what society is telling us, then we, whether that's unconsciously or not, put that same value or non-value on a woman if she's not married and doesn't have children, as if, you're less than. Back in the day, they called them spinsters, if they didn't get married and have children. I think about my two great aunts that lived together. One of them had married, and the other one, I think she had married, but her husband had died. So they lived together, and so the one that, I think she was like called a spinster, because all of your value, and it's even the same way in the Bible. That's why the women had to marry. They had to have a male child, to carry on that bloodline, to take care of them when the husband died, because, there was no Social Security or anything like that. And so they relied on their whole livelihood, relied on their husbands and their sons. So if they didn't have either, then they were just out of luck. You know what I'm saying? So you hear all this about the widows and all that. So we, so a lot of times we carry that. Again, I keep saying we carry that. And so we as women have to be conscious of labels that we put on other women.
Yep. That we put on ourselves. Labels we put on ourselves.
Boom. Boom. That part. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. That we may not have any worth if that, if we're divorced or we don't have any children. And it's like, well, who am I? I'm nothing.
Right. I'm not
attractive because I don't have a husband or whatever that is, or I'm just not enough. Right.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
All right. So let me see what else y'all got on here. Yes, we're called to judge on that basis. We absolutely do. Absolutely. Hold on, guys, because I want to read y'all this poem that.
Dang, I had something I wanted to say and now I forgot.
That I came across. Okay, what time is it? Oh, 6:27. I'm going to read y'all this poem, and I think it really summarizes this whole discussion, guys. Because as women, we have to do better. We can't expect, like we said last week, we can't expect more of those young women coming after us than what we are doing. Because all they're doing is watching what we do. And that's why we said you need to watch It Ends With Us.
Can I say something, even though I know you get ready to play the video?
No, I'm just going to read a poem.
I'll read a poem. Yeah. But just think about it, though. Here goes another label, Lucretia. Here we go. Judging. I'm getting ready to judge. What about how she said it? I got 3 degrees, and I got this, and I got that, and I got this. So could that be a turnoff?
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But who says she can't say it like that? I mean, it's
and I think the other thing was because she ended it with an insult.
Yeah.
You could be an escort.
Right? Is that what we get boiled down to? Is that what it is?
So you could never be a wife.
Right.
You could be an escort.
Right. Because
not even really a side piece. Because a side piece gonna get a little bit of something. She gonna get a little bit. She gonna get some of his time. You know what I'm saying? Even if he's going home, whether it's his wife or to another woman or whatever, you're gonna be getting something. He gonna take you out to dinner. He might take you on a trip somewhere for a day or two because he got to get back. Right. But he gonna buy you some clothes, drop you off for some little things.
You're gonna have something to show for it.
Right. But when you're an escort, it's just like, I'm gonna wet your butt and
that's it.
And
you ain't worth nothing. You ain't worth nothing.
Money. That's it. So yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna read. Yeah. So the way. So she ended with that insult, which I didn't like. All right. So I'm gonna read you all this poem, and it's called. And I'm sorry if I'm not looking at the camera because I got to read this, but it's called Breathe. And just listen to it. She sat at the back and they said she was shy. She led from the front, and they hated her pride. They asked her advice and then questioned her guidance. They branded her loud, then were shocked by her silence. When she shared no ambition, they said it was sad. So she told them her dreams, and they said she was mad. They told her they'd listen, then covered their ears and gave her a hug whilst they laughed at her fears. And she listened to all of it, thinking she should be the girl they told her to be best as she could. But one day she asked herself, I'm getting ahead of myself. But one day she asked what was best for herself instead of trying to please everyone else. So she walked to the forest and stood with the trees. She heard the wind whisper and dance with the leaves. And she spoke to the willow, the elm, and the pine, and she told them what she'd been told time after time. She told them she never felt nearly enough. She was either too little or far, far too much, too loud or too quiet, too fierce or too weak, too wise or too foolish, too bold or too meek. Then she found a small clearing surrounded by firs, and she stopped and she heard what the trees said to her. And she sat there for hours, not wanting to leave, for the forest said nothing. It just let her breathe.
Amen. Amen.
Okay.
Amen.
I love, yeah, she did sound jealous. I love that poem.
Because it's the
I'll breathe.
truth.
Yeah. When are we just going to let somebody breathe? Can
And
she
you know
just
what
breathe?
else? It's that way. I'm not saying at new birth, or it could be at new birth. How many women are sitting in the congregation that have so much to do and say, and they're afraid of what other people might say?
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Who she, and again, how many times do people judge?
Yes.
We do. We gotta stop because it's who she
Yes.
thinks she is.
Mhm.
Who told her
Mhm.
she can get up and do that? I ain't listening to that.
Mhm.
We gotta
Mhm.
stop.
Yeah. Let her breathe, guys.
Yes.
When you
Yes.
see the lady in this girl in the store, maybe she got a bonnet on. Maybe she got house shoes on. Maybe she and all her children got on bonnets. Let her breathe. Okay. Maybe she's not living the life that you thought that should be living, or being the mother that you thought that she should be, or whatever. Can we just let each other breathe?
Amen.
All right. All
So
right.
true.
Look, they said they didn't know you came to preach tonight.
I didn't. I didn't. I'm sorry.
Yes, we need to be supportive. Absolutely. Yeah. Can we show what's LBVS? LB.
I don't know that either.
Let what's LBVS, Timlin?
LVVS.
LB.
Because it came after she sound jealous. That's what she so
Like, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, and that is true because we don't know what somebody's going through, guys. That's an excellent example. And we're getting ready to get off here, but we don't know what people are going through. We don't know what their experiences are. We don't know. Maybe the lady with the bonnet is just doing good to get out that house and be able to do something for her children. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We just don't know. And
laughing
your
but very serious.
oh, okay, okay. So your homework this week, guys. One, watch It Ends With
It
Us.
Ends With
If you
Us.
haven't already, I think it's on Netflix. If you have Netflix or Prime Video, it's one of those. It's not on Hulu because I don't have Hulu, so I know it's not on that. But just, speaking in the little microphone, It Ends With Us. Watch that. And then this week, again, your homework, watch the movie. But then as you come in contact with other women, think about before you come to a conclusion or make a judgment or girl, what? All that.
I ain't gonna lie, the bonnet
let it
really
breathe.
bothers me.
I know it does me too. But
I'm gonna work on that one because
I know,
that bonnet, man.
I
But hey,
know.
maybe she couldn't get her hair done or something. I don't know.
I know. Right. So let's allow another woman to breathe this week. And you can even go a step better. When you see another woman, give her a compliment.
Absolutely.
Now, don't make it, be like, oh, girl, your whole outfit, unless her whole outfit is like all that or something. But, it could be something as simple as I saw your smile or you seem like a really nice person. You have a wonderful and blessed day. Girl, you hang in there. And I'm going to say this last thing before I get off here real quick is that I think I told you, Phyllis, it was last Friday, not this past Friday, but last week. I was in, y'all know I love Culver's. And so I had gone in Culver's, and did I tell the story?
I don't remember it.
Okay. Well, if I did, I'm gonna tell it again. Okay. And so it was a Black lady that was behind the counter. And I was like, I'm talking to her. She's taking my order. And I'm like, hey, are you new here? And she's like, well, I've been here about 3 weeks. And I was like, oh, okay. Because, I be in here all the time.
You know everybody. You know all
right,
the employees.
Right.
Oh,
exactly. Lord. So we was having a conversation. So anyway, they give you a little thing. You go sit down and they bring you your food. So while I'm waiting for my food, she comes, and I guess it was her break. So she comes and sits down and watched it so many times. Okay. And I'm trying to keep up with my comments, guys. And so she sits down,
a big delay.
But she's on the phone with somebody, and she's upset about some things that had happened at work. Her boss was getting on her or whatever. Oh, and let me back up and say, I'm so glad that Lucretia is on here. I hope she's still on here. Is because earlier in the day, I was at church and I was putting together the desk that we had just gotten, Michael. And she called me. And we talked for a good while. But then at the end of the conversation, she was just like, hey, can I just pray with you and say a prayer over you? And I was like, cool, yes. And that meant so much that she called and then wanted to say a prayer, of encouragement and all that. Okay. So it was wonderful. So flash forward, I'm at Culver's, the lady sitting down like 2 tables in front of me, and she's really upset, and she's talking to, I think, maybe if it's her boyfriend or husband, and he's trying to like encourage her. She's just like, he must have said, don't be around the boss. And she's like, I gotta be around the boss. Like, so she was really upset. And then when she hung up, she just started crying because her back was to me. And I mean, she was crying. I could see her shoulders. And so by this time I'm finished. So I go over to her table because then she was getting up because she was going back to work. And I just told her, and I said, I just encouraged her. And I was just like, girl, it's going to be okay. And I gave her a big old hug. And, I was just like, again, just giving her words of encouragement. And then when I asked to hug her, then she really started crying.
Oh, Lord.
I know.
Made the girl cry at work.
I know, even more. And, but she just like really thanked me. And so I believe this is how, when we're sensitive, y'all keep hearing me say those words, right? When we're sensitive to God's spirit and his leading,
Mm-hmm.
that I believe that God led Lucretia to call me up. And then also it allowed me to be in that position that when I overheard with they're watching what was going on with the lady, I think her name was Tasha, and to be an encouragement to her.
Mm-hmm.
So bottom line, guys, let somebody breathe, but then also be sensitive to the leading of God, to speak life into somebody
Mm-hmm.
instead of judging.
Absolutely.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Instead of judging, say, oh, you ain't no man gonna want you, you too much this, you ain't enough that, or whatever. How about we give somebody some encouragement?
Mm-hmm.
So be sensitive to God's leading and to be able to speak into somebody else's life. You just don't know what it will do for that person. Right?
Yeah.
You just don't know. Any last thing, Phyllis, before we get off here?
Oh yeah, but I'm not. It's because it's gonna start a whole nother conversation.
Oh Lordy. Okay, so maybe we can do it tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
So, be sensitive to God's spirit, ladies.
Yes. Yes.
Speak life into
Yes.
somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Speak life.
Oh.
You just don't know what it would do for them.
Yeah.
Okay?
To your point, real quick. I know we're going to get
Yes.
off. I know it. But when I was late for work one day and the elevator had just closed, and I said, of course it did. And the lady was standing in the hallway with me, and she said, you sound like you having a bad morning. And I was like, you just don't know. And she said, well, you are going to have a wonderful rest of your day and you be blessed. And I was like, okay. I'm having a good day.
No, right.
And I did, though. When something tried to be whatever or make me have a bad day, I was like, nope, I'm going to have a blessed day.
Yeah. It's good stuff. I love it. See, it made a difference. All right, guys, listen, always remember, I love you. I believe in you. I believe in your dreams, but most importantly, I believe in your action. So get out there this week. Y'all got a lot of homework. Y'all do. It ends with us. You got to watch that. Be sensitive to God's spirit, his leading. Let somebody breathe and speak life to somebody.
Yep.
Speak life. Speak life.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, Phyllis, let me see. I'm going to put you back in the green room before I know. Tell everybody bye.
She's kicking me off. Bye, y'all. Be kind.
All right, guys. All right. I only did that because what I'm trying to figure out, because it's a new thing to me to get off of here. Okay. So I love you all. I do. And I will see you sometime this week. I'll be making some more videos and putting them out there, and love you guys to life. Okay. I do. I mean that from the bottom of my with my whole heart, not the bottom of my heart, but with my whole heart. Okay. So y'all have a wonderful week and be a blessing to somebody else. All right. Bye-bye.
Finally finding me. Third eye opening up so I can see. Finally I can breathe. Loving myself and giving myself everything I need. Had some rough nights lately, but I'm feeling light. Sun on my face, wind in my hair, color so bright. Tryna smile instead of quick to battle on sight. Loving it now, choosing what's really worth the fight. Lust for the clouds, mountains, and the rain. Understanding through my dreams that there's a path to heal pain. Getting lit to stay lit, it just don't hit the same. Got so sick and tired of playing the game, yeah. Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down, no. Gotta stay in the now. About my style. Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down. Gotta stay in the now.